Imagine you buy a stock, it rockets 30% on day one, and you are ready to take your profit. But when you hit the sell button, your broker essentially puts a gun to your head. They tell you that if you sell now, you are permanently banned from ever buying an IPO on their platform again. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Evelyn. Today is June 14th, 2026, and we are diving into the most insane story on Wall Street right now. The stock causing all this absolute chaos is SPCX, the SpaceX IPO that everyone has been talking about. Today, we are stripping away the corporate noise to answer one simple question. Who is actually allowed to sell SPCX right now? And what exactly is the terrifying master plan the big investment banks are running behind the scenes? It sounds like a ridiculous mob movie plot, but this is exactly what is happening today in our supposedly free financial markets. If you follow the markets, you know the internet is exploding over this. Over on Reddit's biggest stock forum, a massive thread just went viral, asking who can even sell this stock. Here is the deal. Lucky retail investors got allocated shares at the IPO price of $135. Within minutes of the opening bell, the price blasted to $172. That is an instant 28% risk-free gain. But when people went to cash out, the trap snapped shut. Major brokers like Fidelity quietly issued an ultimatum. Sell your shares within the first 15 days and you get a strike. Do it again, and you are permanently blacklisted from all future IPOs. Retail investors are absolutely losing their minds over this. One user perfectly summed up the frustration, asking why they were being threatened with a ban simply for buying and selling stocks. You literally have money sitting right in front of you, but the system is explicitly designed to punish you for touching it. You might be thinking the Wall Street suits are the ones cashing out while retail holds the bag. Surprisingly, that is completely wrong. The massive institutional investors who hold the vast majority of the float are also locked in a financial chokehold. If they dump their shares early, heavyweights like Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley will instantly kick them out of the VIP syndicate for the next big deal. So almost nobody who got the initial allocation can actually sell. The market is running on fumes, with only a tiny fraction of shares trading back and forth at massive premiums. Why do banks enforce this absolute lockup? It is an anti-flipping mechanism. The absolute worst nightmare for an underwriter is a stock crashing on day one. Brokers threaten you because if their clients dump shares, the big banks cut that broker out of the next deal. Fidelity would rather infuriate you than risk upsetting the Wall Street cartel. It is a rigged game of manufactured scarcity. But if you think this is just about stabilizing the opening price, you are vastly underestimating Wall Street's appetite. There is a much darker and highly profitable game being played here, involving index inclusion. Because SpaceX is such a massive company, it triggered the fast-track requirements for the Nasdaq. Wall Street is deliberately choking off the supply of shares for 15 to 30 days to artificially prop the price up at an extreme premium. They want to keep the valuation sky high, right up until passive index funds are mechanically forced to buy in at the absolute peak. Only then will the insiders open the floodgates and take their profits. It is a perfectly legal, meticulously engineered pump and dump. No wonder the smartest traders on the forums are already calling out the ultimate strategy. Buy calls for the first 15 days and load up on massive put options for day 16 when the artificial dam finally breaks. Are normal investors just accepting this raw deal? Absolutely not. When faced with giving up a guaranteed quick profit today for some hypothetical IPO access tomorrow, many are fighting back. Savvy traders are hitting the sell button, taking their cash and daring the brokers to ban them. Some users even shared a genius loophole. If your broker bans you, you just call customer service and threaten to transfer your entire portfolio to Webull or Robinhood. Miraculously, the penalty vanishes. And funny enough, platforms like Robinhood do not even enforce these rules, leaving their users laughing all the way to the bank. The reality is that rules are designed by the house to protect the house. So, I have to ask you, if you got allocated SPCX, are you sitting on your hands for 15 days? Or are you taking the money and running? What do you think happens to the stock on day 16? Drop your wildest predictions in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.